here with Ewan Downie, CEO and Director of i-80 Gold. It's a pleasure to have you back, Ewan. How are you doing today?
It's been a good start to the year. Today was a great day for gold.
Yes, it was. I'm very excited about that. So can you start by giving us an update on i-80, telling us everything that you've been up to since we last spoke?
Very active year. We've been last year we ended as I think the top performing stock in our peer group. We're up 22% on the year, and our first full year is trading as a company. So we're pretty pleased with how the year went. We had several significant exploration successes during the year. One of those is the focus of our exploration. We found a polymetallic deposit at our Ruby Hill property that I believe ranks as one of the highest grade new discoveries in the world. So drilling that off right now is pretty exciting for our company. We think we're onto a very unique deposit, very high grade, and this year should be very interesting in terms of news flow for our company.
Yes, so let's touch on that Ruby Hill project. So you just announced that you've launched an expanded drill program. Can you tell us more about that?
In 2022, the drill program was primarily, at least in the first half of the year, it was aimed at defining sufficient gold resources in what we call our Ruby Deeps deposit. It's a high-grade gold deposit. We had intercepts up to 33 meters of nearly 20 grams in that drill program as we were defining it along strike. It remains open for expansion. It is one of the three deposits we're developing to move into our mine plan to start up the Lone Tree autoclave. But in the second half of the year, we started embarking on some of the pure exploration for the property, looking at some of the exploration targets outside of that deposit. And immediately we found what we call the Hilltop Zone. And in fact, we now think we found three of them. Our first three targets, we hit three new discoveries. And these discoveries are rich in zinc, lead, silver, and gold. We had gold grades up to 60 grams per ton, amongst the highest we've had in our company, combined with, I think it was about 25, 30 ounces per ton silver and 20% lead zinc, or close to 20% lead zinc. Other holes around it, as we've been drilling it out, have been up to 40% lead zinc with 20 ounces silver. So it's a really exciting new discovery. And with that discovery, this 2023 was supposed to be a much reduced year in terms of exploration for our company. But with the scope of these new discoveries, we're actually doing more exploration in at least the first half of 2023 as we work on defining these new discoveries.
It's interesting, the difference. So what are the next steps for your projects this year, and what are you looking to accomplish?
We have two processing facilities. So over the next, our company has a 5-year plan on how we want to grow to be a significant mid-tier producer. And in that 5-year plan, we plan to start up two processing facilities because we have two existing processing facilities, not like we have to build them from scratch. And as we've been working through our first 18, 20 months as a company, we've been looking at how do we sequence these various deposits. So the expanded drill program this year is really aimed at being in a better position to make an informed decision on which of those two processing facilities to start first. So we're kind of looking at the two processing facilities, looking at their timing, and also performing all of the economic work on both the gold deposits and working towards the economic side of the polymetallics, including base metals, and working out a plan. What is our best plan of attack to grow our company over the next 5 years, utilizing these two facilities? And it's really making a decision which of the two facilities we start first.
It's going to be a busy year for you. So let's talk about production now. What should we expect for 2023?
In 2023 is still a big development year for our company. In 2022, up until the end of the third quarter, we only produced 13,000 ounces of gold. 2023 is another pretty development-heavy year. We were supposed to really expand production at our Granite Creek operation, but at Granite Creek, immediately to the north of the existing mine, we found what appears to be a much bigger deposit in what we call the South Pacific Zone. So getting the underground workings onto the South Pacific Zone and getting drill platforms to upgrade that resource to hopefully a mine plan and feasibility is a big priority for us at that project. So we backed off the production a bit at that site for this year and ramped up development. So we don't plan on giving any guidance for this year, but we would expect there to be an increase in gold production over 2022. So I'll say that I would expect we would have additional production in 2023 versus 2022.
Great, that sounds like progress. So, I mean, i-80 is truly a unique story incorporating production and exploration. What sets the company apart from other gold companies? Why should investors, take a close look at i-80 now?
I think there's several components of the i-80 story that makes us unique. One, we're 100% focused on Nevada, USA. So we're a US traded company, but we're also entirely US focused. And Nevada is widely considered the safest jurisdiction or the most attractive jurisdiction for mining investment anywhere in the world. Nevada, in fact, if it were its own country, would be the 5th or 6th largest gold producer in the world. So the production that comes out of the state is very significant compared to anywhere else in the world. And we've now assembled ourselves amongst Nevada Gold Mines, which is Barrick Newmont in the state, the largest producer. They have Nevada Gold Mines. We've assembled a portfolio of projects in amongst them that makes us currently the 2nd largest holder of gold and silver resources in the Battle Mountain and Carlin trends. And these are the most productive. This is the most productive gold district anywhere in the world. And with our 2 processing plants, as I said, most companies are hoping to get a permit to then build one. We actually have 2 permitted and built processing facilities. With our processing facilities, we're uniquely positioned to grow our production more quickly and with less capital than you typically find in a company in our industry. So I think that's what really sets us apart as a great jurisdiction, a lot of infrastructure, and we're the 2nd largest holder of gold and silver resources in the Battle Mountain and Carlin trends, with a plan that'll make us the 2nd largest producer in the state.
So we've seen a strong start to 2023. So far, so good for gold and commodities in general. Today was a great day. What's your outlook on the market? Where do we go from here? Give me your thoughts.
I really think that this is going to be a tremendous year for gold. I'm very convinced that we're going to see all-time highs in the price of gold, not just because the fundamentals economically in where we are, the US and Canada, but we have seen the US dollar declining. That's positive for gold, but there's a lot of political uncertainty right now. What's happening with kind of a war between the East and the West is, I think, underappreciated and understood by the general market, and even CNBC, BNN, the big business channels we see here don't really talk about this, what's going on. And just CNBC just published an article, I think it was yesterday, that over the last 11 years, the largest gold buying from central banks was 2022. And with the geopolitical tensions going on, I don't think that's going to stop in 2023. So the demand for gold is going up. As the gold price rises, there'll be more and more demand into ETFs, and I think it'll just feed on itself this year. And I'm very positive on the outlook. It's a currency that has no political attachment. There's no printing press. You can't just, like paper money, just print it and pretend that we've got more money. So it's definitely a unique money, unlike crypto, that anybody can start their own money. There's just one gold. It was the first money, and I always say it's going to be the last money. So gold is going to be the performer of the year, I believe, in 2023, and we expect that our stock will be a very strong performer on the back of that.
Yes, it's looking very bright this year. I'm excited. So where should investors and prospective shareholders go for more information on the company?
We have a fairly large number of analysts who cover the company. So go to the various banks who cover the company, look at their research report, understand what's going on. Obviously, presentations like this are important to get the word out of what we're doing. And our corporate website is www.i80gold.com. And we have a pretty comprehensive website that gives a lot of detail into what we're doing as a company and our projects. And you can go through our various renditions of our presentation and get a bit more detail on our projects by looking at the more key presentations associated with some of the releases we've had out.
Great, Ewan. Well, thank you so much for all those updates. Best of luck, and let's hope for a strong 2023.
I agree. It's going to be a good year. Thank you for having me on.